there is no limited amount of time. That's the mindset that you have to get over, because if you think there's a limited amount of time, then you will only have a certain amount of time to do the things that you can do. If you believe you can do everything that God calls you to do, irrespective of the time you have appeared available, then you can administrate time to serve you in fulfilling God's purpose. You don't have to be subject to time. Time itself is there to serve you. It's not there to restrict you. So whenever God asks me to do things within the context of, but I don't have that within my diary to add more meetings or do more things and carry on doing what I'm already doing, I had to choice. Do I accept that God wouldn't be asking me if it wasn't possible? Or do I think, well, I can't do this, it's impossible, or I have to change something or get rid of something? My first reaction was, okay, God, yes, whatever it is you want me to do, yes, I'll do it. Then I look at my diary and, okay, I can fit in more meetings, I can do this, but then I can't have time to prepare for preparing PowerPoints or messages or other things. So they would take me, a PowerPoint with 100 slides could take me a couple of days or more to do. So then I chose the reality that I will be able to prepare this PowerPoint in the half an hour that I have available. Now that half an hour becomes an hour, 2 hours, 2 days, whatever it takes for me to fulfill the PowerPoint. My expectation is I will be able to do it. And therefore you can expand and contract time to facilitate you fulfilling the purposes of God. And that's really a choice. And it's a choice of conscious awareness that time serves me. I have the ability as a son of God to expand my half an hour into 2 days if need be. But it's relative, of course, to the person. So it only appears like half an hour to me. But within that half an hour, in reality, I've outworked and produced a PowerPoint, which normally takes me a day or 2 days. So the first issue with time was, time is no restriction. I have authority within time. Time serves me, and therefore I'm not going to allow the mindset of time's against me, I'm running out of time, I don't have any time, there isn't enough time. All those negative statements you have to begin to take captive and not speak. Time itself is also a being, and the being of time is also wanting to help us realize that that being is for us and not against us, and is there to serve us and to help us facilitate whatever it is that God's calling us to do. Within the broader perspective, my mindset is I always have everything that I need to fulfill what God's calling me to do. So from that perspective, I have insight, revelation, whatever I need, time, finances, whatever it might be, that is available to me, because that is what I live in the reality of. That is my conscious reality. God's provision is there for me in every way to enable me to fulfill whatever God's called me to do. So I don't see time as a negative. I don't see time as being against me or running out or any negative statement that I used to make and other people do make about time. I don't make anymore. I see that I can do whatever I'm called to do. But I must make sure that I'm not doing that stuff what I'm not called to do. Sometimes people can put pressure on us to do things that God doesn't want us to do. And therefore, if we're doing something that we're not called to do, then we need to consider stop doing that to free up some of the practical time that we actually do have